Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be taking a look here at General Electric Company GE stock because there is a lot to talk about as far as their earnings, what came out from this earnings date, and also their price action over the last few days. You can see that they're setting up a very clean pattern here on the chart, so I do want to explain exactly what this is going to mean for GE over the next few days, and I also want to touch on what this pattern means in general for any other investors who might be wanting to learn about the market and how we find these patterns. But as you can see with GE here, basically the reason why I noticed this pattern was because there was some very clear back and forth motion on the stock. And this is what I like to talk about in a lot of my videos when we do have an obvious pattern like this. Basically consists of two parts. One is going to be a very clear support or resistance level. In this case, you can see that we have a resistance level around 1350. This is a price that the stock has been having some very hard times breaking, and even the one time that it did come above this price, you can see that we had a massive sell-off after. But where did the stock find support? Where did it find that drop price where it couldn't break below? Was at this pink line, and consistently these ascending, that means getting higher lows, have been showing us that this stock is steadily increasing over the last few days, weeks, and months, and ever since February of 2021. But right now we are at that critical moment where the stock is almost right at the tip of this cone, and what this is going to represent is the moment when the stock is ready to break out, ready to move either to the upside or the downside. So really we have to be watching for any piece of news that could affect the stock over the next few days. And seeing as the earnings just came out and did cause higher volume on the stock, looking over here on the right, you can see that the average expected volume is around 63 million, but the stock got almost 120 million shares traded today. So that's going to basically represent an increase in the amount of attention around this stock. And it's really no surprise that this is coming at a time when not only it was sold off to the minimum or the increasing minimum that's been shown here over the last few months, but at the same time, it's getting close to its breakout point. So a lot of investors are trying to take their sides on whether they either think this is going to break upwards or whether it's going to break downwards. But looking here more closely at the earnings, you can see that it really was a mixed reaction. There's a lot of people talking about how they beat their earnings, but the stock is dropping. And at the same time, there are other people talking about how there is lower sales and there are losses on restructuring and moving around their business model. So again, guys, there are going to be some highs and lows as far as this earnings, and I really don't think that any side won out or that any clear picture came out about GE. But as you guys can see here, the stock investors do think that this stock is consistently worth more. So that's going to be something to look at here with this GE stock. So ultimately, I do want to present both pictures of what could happen with this company over the next few days, as we do take a look at what is basically going to be breaking out with this company and where we want to watch the price for an obvious sign of either getting in a short position or in a long position. So again, guys, you can see that very recently we did come to these lows and hold up, even though the earnings was lackluster and kind of less than what we expected as investors or what we hoped for. You can see that the stock has found support throughout the day and is now looking like it's going to reach up back up to these highs at around 1360. So really, I would not trade this stock yet. If you haven't started a position with GE, I would wait and ultimately look to see whether this is going to break out at 1360. Then I would go in absolutely massively. But if we did get another break below to around 13 or maybe 1320 back down to this pink line, then that's when I would buy in also again, considering that I do personally think this is going to break to the upside. Now, a lot of people might think that now that we have lower volume or the volume is looking kind of red or selling off, we might get a break to the downside. Like I said, I'm personally bullish on this play, but there are two scenarios that could happen. So at the same time, if we do get rejected at 1360 and we don't see that breakout above, then what I'll ultimately be looking for is a break below this pink line, which will be meaning that we are breaking out of this channel, breaking down out of this wedge, and now looking to reach all the way down to what I think would be around 1220 or this support point right here. So you can see that the stock has reversed multiple times around this 1220 mark. So if we do see a break downwards out of this wedge, this is the price that I would be expecting the stock to bounce at around 1220, and ultimately this would be another great price to buy the stock at. But if we do not see that break below this pink line, then I will be expecting the stock to break above 1360, like I said, hold above, and then potentially continue trending all the way to this high price of 1450, where we then will see a massive breakout. So stocks are bullish coming into this next week and coming into the week following. We will definitely get a breakout on GE, and that's one of the reasons why I've been itching to trade this stock. You can see that they have a pattern setting up pretty clean here since February, and I do not want you guys to miss the opportunity to hop in on this company, trade this price action, and ultimately take advantage because they are at a lower share price. So I know that you guys really like that. A lot more people can hop in on this stock and take advantage of the play. So again, guys, GE, make sure you keep your eye on it. It's ready to move massively, and even though this earnings really wasn't the catalyst we were expecting, I still do think that we are going to get a very big move. So watch this stock following in the next few days. But as always, guys, I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe down below to check out the other stocks that we saw on the channel today, but also that we're going to talk about in the future. But as always, guys, I hope all your plays are in the green.